Welcome to a special edition of the Dialine Podcast. This is not the start of season two. This is a new segment that is kind of going to be integrated into the podcast, the special edition segment. And when something happens, whether it be in sports or in the world and it's breaking news or it's something that needs to kind of be touched on pause, then you will have a special episode, and I kind of title that special edition. So it's not the start of season two, but something new that I want to introduce to the podcast. But the fact that I have to kick the special edition segment off with them Lakers is extremely unfortunate. I hate to even have to make this video, for real. But you know, I try not to be biased. I try to be as even keeled and just allow things to fall in place and allow things to just be what they are. And right now, when it comes to my Lakers and going against the Denver Nuggets, um, is just things are what the fuck they are. So we are in a 0-2 deficit once again. Once again, we are in a 0-2 deficit in the first round versus last year it being conference finals against the same different team. We have lost a record-breaking 10 straight games. Unacceptable behavior. Unacceptable work, unacceptable behavior across the board. And not to take absolutely nothing away from Brian and AD because they're pulling their weight. They're doing what they need to do. They doing what they get paid to do. They taking the big shots. They making the big shots. They keeping the Lakers above water. But down the stretch, whether it be coaching, whether it be fatigue, whether it be the Denver system and just how well constructed and well oiled machine that they are, it tends to show his head either all of the second half, or just the third quarter, the end of the third quarter, all the fourth quarter. Like it's like we're finding out new ways to lose games like repetitively. And it's very mind boggling to see that even to my credit, I'm an avid 2K player, and I have friends that, let's say I never played them, right? That's our first time playing. I'm studying them. Let's say that like they beat me by 5 points, right? Um, Now I'm like serial killer ish. Like I'm very fixated. I'm very and I get this from Kobe. Is this I would go into practice. I would like spend hours studying what went wrong. I'm talking about legit studying, not just it was just this, it was just like no, I'm analyzing it to then there a psychotic level of like studying shit. And I know everybody mind is wired different and people have their own routine and how they approach shit and this and that third. But the elk of the Lakers, and this is just kind of what it's been forever, you have that mentality. That's the Mamba mentality. That's the Lake Show mentality. Even with Magic and Kareem, they were hard nosed, hard working, gritty sociopaths when it came to basketball. Kobe was just all of that times two. Like studying sharks to figure out how to guard AI. Who the fuck does that? Like abstract thinking, sociopath type shit. And we don't have that. We don't have that. We just have just okay. We just gonna have our skill and our talent take us as far as it can. And you run into teams like Denver that in the midst of them being the best team on the planet on a pro level is this, you have to make adjustments. And normally I'm pro Darvin Ham. I'm pro pretty much down there anything that he, do, like I feel like it's scrutinized because of the market, because of who he's coaching, the team that he's coaching. And I get that. That comes with the territory. But it's something to be said about losing to a team 10 straight times. I don't care who they are. Losing to a team 10 straight times that's pretty much the same team. It's not like is teams get redrafted or re-rostered every motherfucking year. It's the same fucking team, the same coaching staff, the same this, that, and third. We have not beat them since December of 2022. That's ridiculous. So I feel like last night, the fact that we lost game two in a fashion in which we lost game two. I would rather them have gotten blown out the water than to be up 20. Denver go on their run like they always do because they're a championship team. I'm not mad at Denver for executing the way they need to execute it because that's what playoff basketball is, for one. That's what championship DNA is, for two. So I'm not mad at that, but it's just a lot of teams in the NBA don't have anything to pull from. Denver is right there. They're in case of emergency. This is what the Denver Nuggets basketball looks like. They're right in that. We have shit from the George Mikan days to pull from, even though that's a very outdated way of playing basketball. Basketball is definitely not played like how it was in the George Mikan days. But what I'm saying, we have shit to pull from as far as this historical pedigree, historical championship DNA. It's been there since the 40s, since the 50s, since the 60s, like so forth and so forth. Like it's etched in our fabric of who the Lakers are. So when you have meltdowns like this, to where you had to lead the whole game into literally they gamed you. So you were up 20 pretty much majority of the game. They went on like they run, like they always do, like I just said, and then you just allow Murray to game you. You allow him to do what he get paid to do versus, you're playing the league and looking in. I feel like two things really altered this game and really like made me like say, okay, yeah, we not only are we in trouble and we the season is all but over. Um, I just feel like these two things kind of like are just the identity of the Lakers culture right now, and I'm hoping that in the near future, in the very very near future, that this shit changes. But right now, this is what the Lakers elk is, which is unacceptable. Um, two things that stood out is the fact that when the run started, when they cut the lead to about, let's just say, I think it was about 12, 13 points, right? AD subbed out, right? And when AD subbed out, instead of Darvin Ham putting in Hayes or Hayes. Hayes is like our best backup. Instead of him putting in Hayes for a few minutes while AD kind of like catches breath for like the fourth quarter, you put in Rui. You put Rui, who's a starter, who had success last season in the playoffs against Jokic somewhat. We still got swept. Jokic then averaged a triple double, so he had like remote success. He had like a few, maybe like a half where he was, held Jokic pretty well, but AD the whole night last night was pretty much had Jokic in check. He was giving him the business in the first half. I think he was 14 for 15, and we went away from that. But back to the point I'm trying to make, you put Rui on the best player in the league in the midst of a championship team making their run. That's blatant. That's blatant, just asinine shit by Coach Ham. And normally I don't motherfucking nitpick him. Not only is he a black coach, I feel like he's very stoic like me. He's very he thinks deeply. He says all the right things. But from a coaching standpoint, I feel like he's not necessarily well. After last night, he's definitely in over his head. Definitely after last night because I haven't even looked at any social media, any interviews. I kind of seen a clip of on TikTok that my wife sent me of AD. They asking him a fucking dumbass question. Hey, what happened that last play? Bro, what you mean what happened that last play? Like Murray hit a shot and then he pimped off. Shit. As he should, bro. Like you like come on, y'all. Like y'all like we already just got walked down and then your first question is that dumbass question. Yeah. Thought it was legal to beat you, ho, for real, for like on some Kevin Gates shit. Nah, but yeah, like putting Rui on Jokic during that run was just inexcusable. And then you go fast forward to the fourth where it's like a 2 point, 4 point game. Looking in motherfucker's face, looking in Darvin Ham's face, looking in D'Lo's face, looking in Reed's face, they look like they seen a ghost. They look like fuck, like this is like we're crumbling. Versus like, and I overstand it to a certain degree because of course nobody that I know has been in a playoff environment. But at the end of the day, and you can take this how like you want as far as you don't know what it's like, you never made it to that pro level. Woo, woo. All these guys have one thing in common, whether you're a rookie or you're Brian in year 21. You know how to play the game of basketball. And I get there's levels to this shit, but basketball is basketball. If you ever go to a live basketball game, motherfuckers just hooping. Like, it's just basketball. Like, and I never got that statement until like I actually started going to like live games. Like, even though it's regular season and the intensity kicks up another notch, but at the end of the day, no matter how much the crowd is going bananas, as they fucking should, their team is on a roll. They should be going bananas. They should be defense, defense. Come on, get us. Like, they should be doing that shit. That's part of the environment. That's part of what you have seen in high school, in college, whatever. Overseas, they do that. That's part of the culture of basketball. So the fact that you get to a point to where like, oh man, this is oh my god, oh my, like nah, that's crazy. That's crazy work because you're a Laker. Like I feel as if I know myself, like you know what, like I feel like pressure is way too much for me. Let me go play in Charlotte. Let me go play in Memphis. Let me go play in Toronto. Like I just want to hoop. I'm not trying to, you feel me, like be in the finals. I'm not trying to have that spotlight. It's cool if you feel like that. Okay, cool. But like don't come to a team like the Lakers in moments like this, you pale white. You should be, I'm talking like man, you should be biting at the bit like, oh yes, sir, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life. Let me execute. I would rather you fail in that moment trying than to just oh man, like oh here Brian, here AD, like you playing hot potato because you scared of like, damn, if I miss this shot, if I turn the ball, like you like even though D'Lo made like a floater to like put us up, like again, you can look in motherfuckers' face and be like, damn, they shook, and like I get that happens, but it's not. This is not like it's not like we won game one. It's not like we beat them last season. We have lost 10 straight games against the same team. So as a committee, as an organization, something different has to happen. I feel as if last night, that was the end of Darvin Ham's being a coach. And I hate to see it. I hate to see a fellow black man flame out like how he did. I hate to see AD have literally the best game he has ever had in the Lakers jersey and do all that he possibly can do. And we still get game. We still get walked down. We still tale of two halves. The same narrative repetitively. Tale of two halves. They're not a third. They're not a third quarter team. The Denver Nuggets have their number. Like at some point, you have to look in yourself. You have to be like, guys, look, we have to die on the court. Like you have to have that again. That's sociopath mentality. We have to down the court. We have to down the court. You have to have that mentality. You can't like 10 straight times is crazy. Like you have to have that because again, if this was a Memphis, a Toronto, even my hometown Bulls, because their championship kind of pedigree has faded, but it's just like the fact of the matter is, it's just like where is the wherewithal? Where is the discernment of you being a competitor? Like, okay, not on my watch. I don't care. Like, if all the starters got to play all 48 minutes, like it should be nah, coach, nah, fuck that, nah, coach. Like you should have that type of energy. Like, nah, coach, I'm good. Like if he say, hey, like you need to like come out or he trying to make stuff. Nah, coach, I'm good. Like it, like a motherfucker gonna have to pull you off the court. Like like that's how. Or even if you have to sub out, you on the bench locked in, like you pacing back and forth, like that's type of mentality like you have to have against a team like Denver, because Denver is they're like the Justice League. They're like abomination. Like it's like you can't expect to beat them the same way twice. You can't expect to play with the lead. You can't be like, oh, we're up 20. Okay, cool. We good. No, nigga, you not good. Like you feel me? Like, no, you're not good. Up 20 is in this era of literally everybody 1 through 15 can drop 20. Nah, gang. Like a 20-point lead to like in this era with how quickly motherfuckers just lose their method of getting to where they got the lead so much. Like I've never seen such short term memory. Like you would think everybody is coached by Doc Rivers. How is this teams not just with my Lakers is just so apparent against this team, but all teams probably minus Denver, maybe Denver once every blue moon, but every team has a mental lapse during the third and fourth quarter lately. But with my Lakers, it's just like is this so happen to be against the championship Denver Nuggets. Just so happened to be the third quarter, the fourth quarter, the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. It's always pivotal moments in the game where they go on a drought. Last night they went like 5 minutes without scoring, playing with the lead. You're playing scared. Of course, this is playoff basketball. Again, this is playoff basketball. Most teams, if not all teams, especially the champions, are going to make a run. It's like you can pencil that in. You can wake up knowing that no matter how big this league get, because we're in the playoffs, motherfuckers going to continue to fight. You got to be up there 40 in the playoffs for a team to be like, all right, you got it. You got like you can't play with the lead. So I just feel as if those two things you putting Rui on Jokic, and then when the cream rolls to the top, motherfuckers just faded away. And the fact that D'Lo had his best game against Denver probably in his whole career, hit 7 fucking threes, and we still lost by 2. Brian did his thing, then they had a triple double, still lost by 2. Again, AD had his best game as a Laker. At one point, he was 14 for 15. You took 15 shots, only missed 1 on a pro level against the champions, and you still lose by 2. It's dirty, filthy work. That's crazy. You can't even do that shit on 2K and lose. Like that's how crazy that shit is. At one point, this man shot 15 times and only missed once. At one point, like literally, like I don't see how you recover as a team unless you have Nelson, you resurrect Nelson Mandela or like, something of that nature. Like you have to have some scholars, some stoics. You got to have some preachers, some reverends. You got to have some motherfuckers who can pray over you and pray for you and be on the sidelines. Like you have to really have some real discernment and some real heart to really you know weather this storm. And no disrespect to Nelson Mandela, may he rest in peace. I was just using that as a analogy as far as you got to really bring some people who have a certain ilk of spirituality and mental toughness. You got to bring in drill stars. You got to bring in a whole committee to really right this wrong. Because from my perspective, the season ended last night, and I said this on my last episode of the first season. As I feel as if we can easily get swept, but I feel like we can get a game. But after last night, I don't see us winning Thursday because of the fact that you have, if everything I just said went into play and you still lost, no matter if you lost by 1 point or 2 points, it's an L in the books. It's over with. You lost. At the end of the day, there is really nothing to pull from. I don't see nothing that, unless the only way I can see them winning is all like you have to have a committee of people saying, "Coach, don't take me out." Brian has to be like, "Don't take me out." AD have to be like, "Don't take me out," and you have to just play them the whole game. You have to play them at the whole game, and then they have to play again at a peak level because these first two games, Brian and AD been doing their job. I can't really nitpick them. I can't say, oh well, Brian should have made that last shot before Murray gained this. But the fact that he did his job, AD did his job to get us the lead in this and third. Now, the difference between my favorite player of all time, Kobe, and a Brian or a AD, like I told like my wife, Kobe would have took 50 shots. Once that run started, once it got down from 20 to about, let's say 11, 13 timeout, Kobe would have probably went in that huddle. Hey, nobody take a shot. Like I'm leading the charge, and it would have been ISO. Bring me KCP, and Kobe would have put on a fucking masterclass. I guarantee you, he would at least took the next 10 shots, bare minimum. He would have walked KCP down. He would have, Murray, come on, KCP, come on, like he would have forced the Denver hand. I'm telling you, and like I miss my nigga so much, bro, because like it's just like, even though if Q's alive, Q would have not been playing still, but his motherfucker just spirit of his knowledge of the game is missing, man. It's missing so much, because in moments like this, Darvin Ham could have called Kobe. Even last year when they got swept, he could have called Kobe. He could have been like, man, hey, like Kobe could have came and talked to the team, like something. He could have been part of the coaching staff. You never know. But like, it's just the fact being, man, like it's just, I don't see no scenario in which my Lakers can not just win the series, because they really didn't have no chance to win the series from Jump Street. And as I said on the last episode of the first season, motherfuckers, the whole starting five could have to average about 20 points. And you cannot have games like this a game 7 type loss. That was last night was a game 7 type loss. Absolutely. It was a game 7 type loss. That was equivalent to the shot by Jordan against Utah in Cleveland. That was equivalent to the 3 by Ray Allen against Spurs, equivalent to the Dame buzzer beater on the Thunder. That's equivalent to that because it's just it puts you in a situation to where what can we do? There's nothing that we have done that has worked, and you can say, "Oh, okay, it's the coaching." Yeah, yeah, you like you have a point because you don't beat a team 10 straight times and nobody makes adjustments. Everybody's okay with that. But at the same time, you don't have the personnel. So it's definitely a double-edged sword when you have your backcourt looking like a deer in headlights, scared to take a shot, playing hot potato versus like, okay, I I'm a fall on the sword tonight. Fuck it. Fuck it. I mean, that's what I get paid for. So if I fail in this moment, if I look bad at this moment, so the fuck be it. But when the media asks, "Hey, what happened?" Hey, I fell on my sword tonight. You know, I want to take the big shots. That this is what the Laker basketball is about. Somebody stepping up to the plate in these moments, especially in the playoffs, and it just didn't go my way tonight. I would rather you fall on your sword than to look so just abysmal. Just oh my god, like oh no, like nah. So um, probably Saturday. I'll probably do another special edition for the podcast because it looks like we're about to get swept again. Back to back years of being swept is crazy. By the same team is even crazier. And I hope that I'm wrong. I hope I because if somehow they do win on Thursday, Friday I'm a Friday morning I'm gonna drop another video, but I'm probably not gonna drop another one into Sunday morning or Monday morning type shit because I really don't see how the fuck come Thursday they can muster up enough mental toughness, enough mental wherewithal to pull out a W. But salute to the Denver Nuggets. We are in the Denver Nuggets era. As bad as I want to just like, I feel like the old fan in me wants to hate them so bad, but the man in me respect greatness. I pride myself on being a great human being. So real recognize real. You don't take away greatness from great things. You just don't. Is disrespectful to the moment because even though I would love my Lakers to win every single game, win championship every year, it's not realistic. Teams have their moments. Denver is having a special moment. This is not just their moment. This is a special moment, and I hate that it has to be against my team. But so such is life. We kind of don't plan shit like this. But one thing about those tables, they do turn. So I truly hope these bandwagon Denver fans and the diehard Denver fans that's been thirsty for moments like this, I hope y'all enjoy it because y'all look like y'all on the cusp of possibly, definitely a back to back, but maybe even a three-peat. But who knows? A lot of things have to happen for y'all to win this year, which I feel like y'all are, but a lot has to happen for that to happen and for y'all to three-peat. But shout out to the those Nuggets, man. But yeah, that's kind of all that I had to say for this special edition of the Dial podcast. I'm still working on season 2, still getting some concepts going. But again, this is not the start of season 2. This is not the start of season 2. This is the special edition. So of the Dial podcast. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys again soon on the Dial podcast. Peace.